As is always the case, the more individuals you have involved, the more of a chance that you're going to have people involved that are, I don't know, kind of idiots. Hey, how you doing, Duff here? You can see behind me down here the S18. We are going to be doing a no speed limit range test out to Ave Maria. I did something similar with the V11 and I wound up pushing it. Could not quite make it. And I'm curious how I do doing something similar on the S18. Now the S18 cannot go comfortably quite as fast as the V11, but I still expect to be going 25 miles an hour plus, or right around that area, on the S18. So we'll see how it does. I'm just letting my GPS sync and we will be on our way. I have my Insta360 Go mounted here on the S18. We'll see how that works out. It feels pretty secure, hopefully so. I wanted to try to capture a time lapse from that perspective. Alright, so that 360 mount already felt like it was about ready to fall off, so it's on my chest like it was the time before when I used it. So it'll have to do. Let's get you out there. Alright, here we go. I have my wrist mounted Garmin GPS, which will give me real-time GPS speed and GPS distance. So, and I have darkness spot running as well. So I'm doing a similar instrumentation as I do with most of my Ave Maria range test rides. And all I got to do is get my mirror, there we go, that I can actually see behind me. And we're good to go. Now I have not, I'm trying to remember, did I? I don't think I did. I don't think I took my production S18 out to Ave Maria yet. I did a range test with the pre-production wheel, the white one that I had. I don't think I did it on this one. I'm pretty sure I did not. So, or I could just have a really bad memory, but I don't think I did. So, and when I did the range test before, it was adhering to a strict speed, top speed of like 18 to 20 miles an hour. And we're not going to be doing that this time. I have Cindy waiting. Well, she's not waiting for me, but she is available as a chase vehicle if I do run this one out of juice as well. Keep in mind, this is only a 1100 watt-hour battery. The V11 has a, they list it as a 1500 watt-hour battery, but I think it's actually 1420 or 1430. And that one ran out of juice at about 29 miles. So I'm curious to see how the S18 compares riding it in a similar fashion. Because after the crazy range performance that I got out of the 16X when I was riding with Enrique and Robert from Miami, I'm hopeful that I'll be able to match that performance that I got in the V11, if not exceed it on the S18. So you'll find out along with me. So right now I'm cruising 23, 24. S18 feels very comfortable at this speed. I could see me, you know, going right around this speed for as long as I can out to Ave Maria. If it works out like it normally does, it'll be somewhere around a 34 to 35 mile ride. So I got some time, so I wanted to talk about some things since we got some time to kill, right? All right, first off, I wanted to take a second to thank everybody that has participated in my first ever sale on the 3D electric unicycle stand, 3D printed electric unicycle stand store, EUCArmy.com. I've been running a promotion all weekend, 15% off everything across the board, and a lot of you have taken advantage of that. I sold the most amount of product ever in a short period of time, so it's been great. I really appreciate it. I've been trying to be very diligent with getting stuff shipped out as soon as possible. I ship stuff out on Friday, ship stuff out on Saturday, and anything that came in after that, it's already dropped off at the post office and should go out first thing tomorrow morning. So thank you very much for everyone that participated, and yeah, it's been cool, and I'll probably do it again next year. Like I mentioned, I have a ship notice on my veteran Sherman. That's gonna be a brand new chapter in my EUC collection, with a wheel that can go faster than I comfortably ever would want to go, and probably longer than I ever would want to ride. That's supposed to be showing up this week. So hopefully that turns out to be the case. It's coming via FedEx. So with FedEx, at least for me, it's always been a roll of the dice if it's actually going to show up when they say it's going to show up. But hopefully it does. And I can't wait to start enjoying one of the most exciting wheels of 2020. And I don't know what batch mine is, third batch maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure if there's any significant improvements I will notice, but I will give you my thoughts on it in abundance, for sure. Yeah, right now we're doing right about 25 miles an hour. S18 feels super comfortable at this speed. No problems whatsoever. And suspension isn't bad either. So anyways, a couple of things that I want to talk about, and they're sort of related a little bit. First thing has to do with Marty and some controversy that was going on I saw it on Facebook, it might have been in other places as well. Some people were giving him a hard time. He ran his EUC tour the end of October, I guess, yeah. His 7-day EUC tour, where a bunch of people, I don't know what the final total was of how many people in total participated. At least 50, maybe closer to 100, I don't know, a ton of people participated. From all accounts, everyone had a great time. And yeah, but recently there's been, I don't know if it's been just one guy or a couple guys, I don't know, that have been saying that some people that participated in the ride now have COVID, and they were giving Marty a hard time because they said that, you know, it didn't seem like there was any significant efforts in place to do social distancing. I guess there wasn't a lot of consistent mask usage during the ride. And anyways, they were giving Marty a hard time about this, saying that, you know, because of you, you know, these guys have COVID. And I don't think it's a very fair criticism, but I do see a couple sides to that situation. Okay, so first of all, the most obvious thing you can say about that situation is everybody that participated in that event, they did so of their own free will. Marty did not bend their arm behind their back and say, hey, you got to participate. And you know, you have no choice in the matter. Everybody that participated was an adult. Everybody made their own decision based on their own feelings about, you know, the COVID-19, and that's not Marty's responsibility. Now, as far as the way that people behaved at the ride, again, Marty isn't a you know, a COVID cop. You know, Marty isn't going to say, hey, make sure your mask is on right. Hey, you're 5.5 feet from me, move back another 6 inches. That's unrealistic as well. You know, people knew, you know, what they're getting themselves into, and just for clarity's sake, from what I understand, Marty actually did go back and check to the best he could to see if anyone did contract COVID-19 that participated in the ride, and as far as he knows, nobody did. So, you know, this whole thing could have been, you know, fake news, someone just trying to be an antagonist, which leads to my other point, which I'll talk about in a second. Could be someone trying to be an antagonist just for the sake of, you know, being an antagonist. So anyways, I think it's wrong to lay blame at Marty's doorstep. Now, the part that I do have an issue with sometimes is the attitude that, hey, I'm personally not worried about getting COVID. I'm okay. I'm a healthy individual. If I get it, I'll probably survive it. And that might be true. But my issue with that kind of thinking in general, not specific to this event, but in general, because this is something that's prevalent in society since this all started, is it's a narrow viewpoint. Like if I was speaking about myself, if I can track COVID-19, I'm probably going to be fine. It's not going to kill me. I've had the flu. It's not fun, but I'd be fine. But if you stop your thinking process or your thought process right there, it's being a little irresponsible, because what the real issue is if you have it, and say you're one of those asymptomatic people even, if you have it and you unknowingly spread it to someone that is going to have a really severe reaction to COVID-19, that's where the problem is. So, if you participated in this event and, afterwards, when you're doing your traveling or whatsoever, you were making sure that you were being socially distant, you were making sure you were masking afterwards, okay, great. I think that would be a responsible thing to do. To go into something that has you around groups of people for prolonged periods of time and then just not care if there could be any potential side effects to others that could be more at risk, I don't really agree with that thinking. Everyone has to make their own choices, and obviously everybody does in life. But personally, that's where I would draw the line. I would be, if I was going to participate in something like that, which I did not choose to do, mostly because of COVID actually, I would make sure that I was taking precautions for, 10 days, 14 days afterwards, to make sure that I was not putting other people at risk unnecessarily. So anyways, I think Marty got a bad rap, but there is definitely some discussion that can be had about behaviors in those kind of situations. Damn, I just looked at my watch and I was cruising 26 and a half. Well, I still am, without even trying. S18 goes fast easily. Yeah, it really does. Very comfortable. Okay, so like I said, there's something else I want to talk about, kind of related to the first thing. And it just basically has to do with my feelings about the EUC community as a whole, as it's grown over time, and comparing it to, when I got started riding and posting content about PEVs, EUCs, all that kind of stuff. I think I'm approaching year 5. I think is it April? It'll be 5 years. I don't know. It's been a while. When I first started riding EUCs, or trying to ride EUCs, there was very, very few content creators out there that had anything out there. Ian, Speedy Feet, I used to watch him a lot. Dion from My Fun Wheels, he was a dealer that used to record his rides. Matthias was one of the early content creators for EUCs, but there really was very, very little out there. Very little. Everything was, happy, happy, joy, joy, and it was cool. Oh, the other person I forgot to mention, I don't know how I could forget him, early on was EUC Extreme. Remember him? Remember him riding through like a BMX course in the snow and stuff with a studded tire, and he had on like armor basically. EUC Extreme, man, he was the deal. Nowadays I think he just rides a regular unicycle. That's what I've seen him doing lately, but yeah, good old EUC Extreme. But anyways, things as the hobby has gotten more and more popular and more people have been getting into it, there's been a well, I don't know if it's proportionate or disproportionate, but there's been a huge explosion of content out there for EUC riders. It seems like everyone that rides, even though it's not the case, but it almost seems like everyone that rides an EUC is carrying a GoPro with them and putting content out there. It's kind of crazy, how much content is out there now. So as there's been more and more exposure to people making content on social media, as is always the case, the more individuals you have involved, the more of a chance that you're going to have people involved that are, I don't know, kind of idiots, or kind of, I don't know. With everything in life, you have good and bad examples, and as the pool has grown, I think there's unfortunately more and more bad examples out there, and that's just a fact of life. As something gets more and more popular, you're going to have more opportunities for both good and not so good individuals to get involved. And of course, you know, I'm not going to name names. There's no point in doing so. But it's just in general that, you know, it's disappointing to me to see, you know, antagonism going on, elitism. Yeah, there's just some behavior that's going on that unfortunately sometimes actually draws more attention, which I've talked about this a million times. But often bad behavior will generate more attention than not bad behavior. That sounds very astute, doesn't it? So you may say, like, well, Duff, what's the point of even talking about it, you know? And I somewhat agree. I mean, it's not like people that act this way or do certain things are going to stop doing them because Duff said that it's not cool. Of course they're not. And it's just, I don't know, it's just a reflection. Maybe the events surrounding the election have got me thinking about that more and more. You can draw your own conclusions as to why that might be. But, you know, all I can do and all I can control is what I do, how I act, and what I choose to put out there, you know? Everyone has to make their own deal, right? You make your own deal, and I'm feeling a couple drops. It seems like I cannot do this ride without getting, you know, a little bit of rain on me. Hopefully it's nothing severe, although I'm not as worried about riding in rain with the S18 as I would be with a wheel like the V11. All right, so enough preaching. Usually I preach, you know, sitting down in the hobby room, but I thought I'd do it while I was riding this time. A couple other things of note. I had made the false assumption that those the front nose guard and rear guard that I sell for the MSX wheels, that they would fit the Gotway RS. My thought process was it's still an M Super class wheel, but I didn't think that through enough. The case actually has been modified with the RS, and those pieces will not fit correctly on a RS. The nose guard or rear guard will not fit on an RS correctly. Wish I could see how the camera's angled because I can't really see. And I did make note of that in the store. The way I found out is one of our customers bought these for his RS, and he showed me pictures of how it fits, and it doesn't fit right. I guess that the case itself is a little bit flatter. The profile is flatter and wider than the old M Super case, so it does not fit. I actually have made a couple test models slimmed down. I trimmed them in the hope that it might fit a little bit better, and I sent them to this guy for him to test out on me for me on his RS. So we'll see how that works out. You know, short of me having an RS in my hands, it's going to be awful tough for me to make something that fits exactly. So one of the things I'm looking forward to with my veteran Sherman is being able to sit and ride, something I haven't been able to do on any of my wheels since I sold my Gotway Monster. And I'm curious how it's going to work out. I bought the veteran seat for the Monster, or for the Sherman, and we'll see how that feels. But I have a feeling that I'm going to need it to be a little bit higher than what it normally is. So I did see someone that actually took the seat that Zoom Wheels Brian sells and put like 4-inch extensions under it, and that looks like that would be great for someone like me. So I have a feeling that I'm going to be doing a lot of Frankenstein attempts add seat options on the Sherman just to make something comfortable for me. You know, my knees are tight, my lower body's tight, and just if I'm uncomfortable, I'm not going to ride seated for any period of time. So I need to come up with something that works for my tall frame for sure. All right, here we are at Ave Maria. We're cutting in front of traffic because we're just crazy and extreme like that. Made a very good time because we were maintaining a good speed. The suspension of the S18 does a great job of making this portion of the ride much less of a pain in the ass because these pavers are very wavy. Yeah, way better. Wow, so much better. Man, if Cindy and I had been busting ass over this long holiday weekend, holy crap. Yesterday was probably the craziest. I mean, it was just one thing into another thing, into another thing, into another thing. We got our outside Christmas decorations put up on Friday, and then last night we decorated the tree and put our inside stuff up. I think it looks really cute. I don't know. You know, some people might think it looks tacky, and I could understand if you did, but you know, here's what it looks like. But Cindy and I like it, and we had a fun time decorating. And I've always, even though I don't have kids, for some reason I've always been very into the holidays. And it's weird because, like, my dad hates the holidays. He hates Christmas. He hates all holidays, really. And my mom was always, you know, she was kind of lukewarm about it, kind of tolerated it, but she was not a big fan of Christmas either. And I'm not religious either, so I don't know. It's weird. Like, my entire life, I've always been very excited about Christmas. And when I was younger, it used to be more about, what am I going to get? What am I going to get? As I become an adult, it's transformed into me enjoying the process of giving to others. And just, you know, just surprising people with stuff that they didn't expect to get. And I don't know. That's what I get out of it nowadays. I guess that's what happens as you get older, right? You get wiser, or at least you're supposed to. All right, here we go. Entering Ave Maria one more time. Cindy and I are looking forward to doing some Christmas light rides. You know, check out Christmas lights. We did it last year here at Ave Maria. Probably do it again this year sometime. And of course, Victoria Park as well. It's always a good time. There it is. There it is. All right, so we're going to do the loop around the park, and hopefully no one is in my official halfway pavilion. We'll see. Oh wow, there's some people in the water park over there. It's not exactly a great sunny day. And I'm surprised the water park's open this weekend, but it is Florida, so it's doable. Be a little chilly for my taste. I was just thinking that there's going to be a Dunkin' Donuts that's, I think I mentioned it before, yeah, I've pointed to it. There's a Dunkin' Donuts that's going to be opening less than 3 miles from our house, probably right after the new year. And I was thinking to myself, hey, when I have the Sherman, like on a ride like this, I'd be able to go grab coffee, backtrack a little bit, and head out to Ave Maria with a fresh cup of Dunkin' Donuts coffee in my hands. I mean, I could actually go to the Dunkin' Donuts that's 10 miles away from me with the Sherman as well and do the same thing, but yeah, it's kind of awesome. Can't wait. Some dude practicing frisbee golf. Played the sport a few times. It was okay. Not the most fun activity in the world for someone like me, but it was all right. Low bridge and tight back. Not a good combo. Just can't believe the nerve of some people sitting in my designated halfway spot. I mean, come on. They don't know that's where I like to rest to do my halfway. Okay, let's give my face a little bit of a break here. Let's tell Cindy that I'm here because she gets nervous. Okay, so let's see what Darkness Bot says. My watch says that I've gone 17.08 miles. Darkness Bot says that I've gone 17.4 miles, so it's very close. Battery percentage, 53%. Okay. Max speed, wow. This said I touched 29.7 miles an hour on the good old S18. Good job. Average speed 23.8. So yeah, I've been carrying some good speed. But at 53%, there definitely should be some speed limiting on the way back, and hopefully I'm not pushing it. I mean, if I get home, you know, pushing this kind of speed for most of the ride, that would be something. That would really be something. Now my battery percentage has rebounded to 55%, so I'm not going to waste much time. We're going to get back out there and see what we can do. Oh, glad I took some Advil before the ride. All right, locked and loaded. Just made the mistake of trying to adjust the, what the hell is it? Oh, there it is. Trying to adjust the 360 camera, the Insta360, while I was moving, and of course it dropped out. Hopefully it's okay. Looks all right. All right, let's turn on, and then twice for hyperlapse. I can't see if it's straight. Straight enough. All right, let us continue. You know, one thing I'm surprised by is I'm not seeing any sort of Christmas decorations out yet. Maybe they just have them around the town center, because most communities in Southwest Florida started putting their Christmas decorations out the week prior to Thanksgiving. So let me just look here at the church. Okay, there is some. I see a couple of wreaths and stuff, but nothing significant. Yeah, not all that much going on Christmas-wise. All right, let's get the obligatory Ave Maria shot. Yeah, I don't see anything Christmas-related at the church. That's a beaut. All right, back out on Immokalee Road. Return leg of the journey. We will see. We will see. I don't know that I've ridden an S18 into deep battery usage. When I've done this ride in a speed-controlled fashion, I think I still had 34% left, something like that, when I got back. So let's see what happens, man. But keep in mind, the V11 only made it to 29 miles, and actually that last mile of it was in the go home mode, which I was not impressed with whatsoever. I am trying to speed limit myself a little bit, but I just glanced down at the GPS and I'm still doing 22, 23 miles an hour. Feels totally fine. Have not gotten any warnings yet, and of course that means I will as soon as I turn the camera off. But yeah, so far so good. We're at just over 23 miles of range so far. Got a road biker ahead that we are quickly making up ground on. All right, just got my first beep at 25.5 miles. No tilt back, just a beep. So we'll be throttling down a little bit here, because the last thing we want is sudden tilt back. Sudden tilt back is not your friend. At least it's not my friend. All right, just approaching 27 miles, and I got beep along with a quick but rather small tilt back. So yeah, the wheel is starting to try to slow me down. Even though I'm trying to go slower, I'm trying to. I look down and I'm still doing 21, 22, and I don't really want to be, but it's quite comfortable at that speed. But we'll try to keep it sub 20 here and see if we can keep trucking. What's going to be cool with the Sherman is, you know, being able to do a ride of this length and never ever think about, hey, I better slow down a little bit. You know, with a 35-mile ride, don't have to slow down one bit. Should be nice. All right, so I've officially passed 29 miles, which means I've officially eclipsed the distance that I went on the V11. I much prefer the way that the low battery situation is being handled here with the S18. With the V11, I was just go, 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 not hear a beep, not hear anything, and then all of a sudden, it was throw the pedals at what felt like a 45-degree angle and just get the hell off with like no preliminary warning. The S18, you know, is kind of like a smack on the back of the head with the V11. With the S18, it just gives you a little nudge. It says, hey, here's a beep. You know, we're getting lower. You know, start slowing down. I got that minor tilt back, but it's easing me down into the low battery condition instead of hitting me in the face with a baseball bat, which is what it felt like with the V11. So yeah, we'll see if I can nurse it home. It seems right now I can still keep it between 15 and 19 miles an hour. If I made it all the way back, that'd be saying something. Oh, okay, there's a little beeping, and I was doing probably about 19. So yeah, I'm gonna stop filming so I can concentrate on maintaining a safe speed. Just did a quick check of darkness spot. It shows I am at 11% right now. And we're still rolling along. I remember when I had my KingSong 18L, which had an identical, not an identical pack, but the same size. It was an 1100 watt hour battery pack in my 18L. And I remember the one time I did a ride out to Ave Maria and back, and I think I ran out of juice at like 1 mile from my house. So I'd like to see if I can make it all the way. That'd be great. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Darkness spot's reading between 5 and 4%. And it's giving me 3 quick beeps periodically, which means, hey, the fun is almost over. We're gonna keep going. I just gave Cindy a text, let her know that I probably will need a pickup, but I'm at least a lot closer than I was last time with the V11. It does say something with how far we've progressed. My top speed right now is about 14 to 15 miles an hour with 3 to 4% battery on the S18, and this is faster than what my max speed was on my Ninebot 1, which topped out about 13 miles an hour. Yeah, it's getting pretty weak. I think I'll get to Immokalee Road, and that's probably about it. I'll try to get to the waterways entrance on Immokalee Road. All right, a little turning lane there is where I'm trying to get to. I think I'll make it. But the S18 battery pack is feeling officially depleted. Okay, 31.82 miles according to GPS, so just short of 32 miles. And let's see what darkness spot says for battery. Yep, 1%. I don't do a lot of 1% rides, but there you go. And here comes the cavalry, just in time. Oh.
You could have walked if I wasn't around. Like,
oh yeah.
Better this way, but.
Yeah. Come on. Oh. Whew. That thing's a head squeezer. I have to get you on camera because everybody likes when you're in the video. So.
Oh, it look a mess. I've been out in the yard. I don't even have a bra on. Not that they can tell.
No bra.
Hey.
Yeah.
You can turn off because you got.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to silence that.
That was me singing. That was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. I sound like a man, kind of like Brian.
Yeah, that's great.
All right. Oh.
Sadie. All right, so we are back. Hi, Sadie. What's up, honey? Good girl. Good girl. Okay, so what did I say the mileage was at? Just under 32. Because I forgot to stop my GPS when I was in the truck. Well, I'll see it on video. But regardless, obviously the S18 actually covered more distance than the V11. Now, the main reason for that is the better battery management with the S18, or slowly brought me down, which allowed me to extend my distance, whereas the V11, it was keeping me at a relatively high speed, and then it was like, whoosh, nope, you're done, get off. So I much prefer the way that the S18 handled the low battery condition. That was interesting. The pace of the ride was slightly slower than the V11, but still I was going probably close to 25 for a good portion of that ride, and topped out just under 30 miles an hour, so I was not going slow whatsoever. So yeah, this really has affirmed to me that although KingSongs don't have the biggest battery, I think they do have the best battery management as far as range, getting the most range out of a pack. I don't think you're going to beat KingSong right now. So, all right, that's going to wrap it up. Gotta go edit the video quick. Stop this. I don't know how quickly I can edit the video, but I'll do my best. If you found this ride interesting or entertaining, please think about giving it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time visiting the channel, you can always think about subscribing. If you're going to subscribe, you can always hit the notify bell, which will notify you of all future uploads and live streams and all that kind of fun stuff. Good girl. And that notify bell is over there. Click it. Feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts below. What do you think about the S18 range performance? I think it did very well. Very, very well. And of course, with the added benefit of suspension, it helped my joints. Don't feel as fatigued as I do sometimes on other wheels doing long rides, so that was good as well. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving weekend. I did. Got a lot done. Still got some time to enjoy some stuff, and hopefully you'll enjoy some more stuff tonight yet. But hope you had a great one. That's all I have for now. Until next time, Duckman out. Let's go. Good girl. Good girl. Let's go. Here. Are you a big chicken? What's that?
They're not used to daylight savings.
Good job, S18. Good job.